So what I use to find hot stocks are these penny stocks where Motley Fools and uh, there's one called Hot Penny Stock and Hot Penny Stocks. Two different ones usually have. So what we're gonna look at is we're gonna look at some penny stocks that have potential to take off. We will look at the volume and then we will look at the chart. I'm going to try to look at the chart over here on the TD Ameritrade mobile app. If that doesn't work, then I'll pull up TD Ameritrade, but I will try to get that on there. Let's see what we got. Low. I'm not looking for super low penny stocks. We want something in the 20 to 40 cent range is what I'm looking for. These stocks are these penny stocks. This is where I found CTRM, SNDL, TNXP, and Express. We found a lot of stocks that come through these feeds, and whenever you find stocks that pop up on these feeds with high volume, we're not the only ones out there looking for stocks like this. Everybody is looking for stocks like this. So whenever you find stocks on these online when you find these stocks on these web pages, a lot of people are looking at them. A lot of people find them on here, and these sometimes a little good news mixed in with some volume, they just take off. And sometimes Reddit gets a hold of them as well. And if you happen to have invested into a stock and somehow Reddit and all of them get a hold of it too, yeah, it's crazy. So this is where I like to find a lot of the stocks. And we're not necessarily going long, short, or anywhere in between with any stock that we buy. Um, I will sell all of it at any point, whether I've had it for 5 days or whether I've had it for 5 months. If I feel like I've reached my max gain, then I'll sell a whole position and then off to the next one. We're not ever holding anything for a certain amount of time. If we feel like it's been got the max potential, then off to the next one. These companies are a little too low for what I'm looking for. I'm looking for companies that are in the 50 to 25 cent range, more or less, because they have already, and when we find that, they're usually going to be on their way down or had been fluctuating in between 60 and 25 cents for a while. And then when we look at their chart, I will be able to determine if I think that company is going to go up and down. I like to see companies to be able to hold that resistance level after they've made runs like this. So when they went from 20 cents to 80 cents, so now, and then they dropped all the way back down to 40. But I would like to see a little better resistance hold. Obviously, especially over the last month, when it dropped from 80, it came back down, it kind of trickled back up, and then boom, goes down again, comes back up. But this consolidation is good. I like to see that consolidation. I would like to see it hold a little more. This is a little volatile, a little too much for me. It does look like I will be keeping an eye on this one. This one will be on our watch list. So I will make a watch list for this week. ENZC. So that'll be a good one to keep an eye on to see which way it goes. I'll add this to the watch list as well. I'm not big on jumping into stocks that are close to their 52-week high. That's why you see me looking at these charts and I'm going back and forth and I'm clicking on all these buttons. Um, to me, it's harder to judge a company entry level on a 52-week high as it is a 52-week low. I'm going to get to 52-week low companies here in just a minute. Um, but just me personally, it's easier for me to judge a 52-week low versus a 52-week high. Um, I like to find good companies that should not be at 52-week lows and go from there. As long as the company is not in super financial trouble, OPK. OPK is not doing so hot. Yeah. NAK. Yeah, that is. I just got referred NAK just the other day from a buddy, and NAK looks really good to me. This is a company that I might be getting on Monday. Uh, a buddy sent me this company over on Friday and said, take a look at it. And we did some research, and NAK looks like it could be a good play. So if you just bought, if you are in NAK at, would you say 0.74? Yeah, I think I think that's a good buy right now. Still shows that this chart shows that it still has some room to fall on the 3 month, the 1 month, and definitely the 5 day. I want this to be right around the 0 mark and this RSI to be below the 40. So it's close. It is very close. And then the 1 month, I want that to be somewhere in between the 0 and the 0.20, and definitely the RSI below 40. It needs momentum. And this as well. We want these two to connect, and RSI below 40. So their 52-week high was 4.83, currently sitting at 2.48. Did 23 million in volume, and the average 10-day is 77. This is more along the lines of what we're looking for. Every now and then, I'll just switch everything up. You know, if my portfolio is going in the wrong way, or if I feel like I've hit my max potential off of a certain stock, I'll drop that one and be ready to get into something else. So it's always good to have backup plans for whenever you are ready to move on or whenever you have extra funds available. Like I said a little earlier, I'm looking for a little bit closer consolidating than this. That's a big gap. I want to see a month of this in between 275 and 225 ish. Even that's a little big of a spread, but I'm looking for companies that hold that take off like this. This is okay. Companies do this periodically. They take off and they trickle on back down. But I'm looking for consolidating before it goes either way. That just helps that know that it's stable, and it can hold that push. So me right now, I'm not. Somebody followed. Thank you very much. Um, I'm I'm more of looking for consolidating right there. So to me, I feel like this company could go either way, of course, but um, I need more than just taking off to satisfy me to invest. I do like the way the company sounds, but I'm gonna keep this one on my personal watch list. TRC. What we're looking for. We're looking for companies that were in the 20 to 18 to $15 range, and we can scoop them up around $1.50 to $2, as long as their credentials look okay and there isn't no bad news. They haven't had no lawsuits against them. So this is what we currently sit in right now. You can AHT, not a penny stock. Express, not a penny stock. PEI, not a penny stock. But this is one of my favorite ones. This is one that I see huge potential in. Um, I see this company getting back to their $5 range and more. If you look at their news, if you look at the openings that they had, the stores that they added, the malls, everything seems to be going right with this company right now. Somebody that's looking for a long hold or isn't scared to hold for a long time, I think PEI is a great investment. They will be coming back stronger than ever, and I think within the next 6 months, you're going to see this $2 well above this five. If they could ever get their momentum going back like they did 5 years ago, it could get all the way up to 25. You just never know. But I think PEI is definitely coming back. These are more of the charts that I look for. I like to see. Well, I don't like to see it, but this is what I like to invest in. I like to see that drop off come all the way down. And as long as this company is not talking about liquidating all its assets, filing for bankruptcy, doing a reverse split, that it's a good. These are the stocks that I've made almost all of my money on. We've made a significant amount of money in the stock market for the past year, and all the charts that I've got in look something like this. And I've had people ask me numerous times, well, why would you buy a stock that its chart is just on a constant decline? Well, because in the year that we've had, or the year and a half that we've been through, there's so many good companies that their charts look like this. Everybody in March last year, everybody took and dropped down a substantial amount. You're gonna see good companies just like this come all the way tumbling down, and it's gonna take them a year, 2 years to start climbing their way back. So there's companies out there like this with charts just like this that their chart looks like shit, but they're still good companies to invest in, and there's still a huge potential of gains to be made. So if AHT ever gets to 250, I will let it go. because I feel like if it ever breaks 250, it could go even further down. So, not I like AHT. I am holding AHT, but like I said, I'm not married to any stock. I will get out of any stock at any minute if I think that it's not right for me. Even taking a loss, I'm not scared to take a loss and move on to the next company. I will cut ties and keep on and go find the next one. Just because you lost a little money, you still have to make the right decision. You can take your losses and tell yourself, hey, you made a bad decision, you made a bad investment. That's on you. Eat that money and move on to the next one. Now, if you are a firm believer and it drops, that's whenever I buy the dip. If my company that I said, hey, if I was in AHT and it dropped below 250, and I said, hey, I know this company is just having it rough right now, it's going to end up coming back. Well, that's when I would buy some more. SSL was very, very profitable. Now you see how they consolidate all through here. SSL will get back to 35. It will get back to 35 and it will surpass 35. But this is a long hold. This is a SSL. It will be a very strong company for a very long time. It will make its way back, and I like SSL. But whenever I chunk deuce around the $9 range, I just never got back in. Would have been nice to get back in whenever it got to that $5, ride it all the way up here to that 15. But I never got back in. But SSL is a very, very good company for people that are looking to buy and hold for a long time. These companies over here, to me personally, are safe bets. Norwegian Cruise Line, Spirit, SRG, SSL, United, MGM. I mean, look at MGM. I mean, look at this. From all the way down to $3, it is currently sitting at $38. All these companies that I'm showing you will end up doing this. This is their 1 year before COVID. They will surpass that. Any company that is any good, they are going to come back stronger and stronger than ever. So whenever I do day trading, I stick to one list. This is the list that I stick to. This is my swing trading list. So I don't day trade every day. I don't even go out and look for day trades every day. But what I do is I take this list right here, and this is the list that I watch every day. And whenever I see one of these stocks, besides the penny stocks, now what I'm saying doesn't go into these stocks that are at 0.001 or 0.0008 or whatever it is. Because obviously those stocks fluctuate. I've seen these stocks minus 60%, plus 100%, minus 40% on the daily. So what I'm about to say does not go into these super low penny stocks, but it does have to do with these penny stocks that are in the $1 to 75-cent range. So what I do is I watch these stocks every morning at bell open. If any of these stocks drop below 10, 15, 20%, that's whenever I start doing my day trading. Like the other day, I jumped in. I saw ABML was down 45% at $1.70. So I bought ABML and I wrote it up for the day, and I gained 25% and I let it go, and then I rebought the next day when it dropped back down. So that's my swing trading. I pay attention to one stock list because whenever you start, or this is me personally, I'm not speaking to y'all, I'm speaking to me personally. Whenever I start going and I start looking for day trading and you start seeing a stock that goes up 150%, 120% in the mornings, and then all of a sudden it trickles back down and it's only up 60%. The RSI looks good, the MACD looks good, and you're like, okay, this looks like a good day trading opportunity and it's a good entry point. Well, with those stocks, they go down more often than they go up, at least in my case. So whenever I was looking for those day traders and I was looking for those stocks that are really taking off with high momentum, good news for the day, I wasn't becoming profitable in doing day trading that way. I was making good moves every now and then, but it wasn't profitable enough to where I was looking to say, hey, this is growing my portfolio. This is making me money on the daily. And so I decided to take a new approach. So my new approach to it was I'm going to buy and hold these X amount of stocks for as long as I need to. I'm going to buy the dips and sell the dips whenever it gets back to the original number. I'll get back to that in a minute. So I said I still need to have day trading in my repertoire. I have to be getting in and out of stuff to make a quick $400 or $500. Try to make 10 or 20% on the trade whenever I can. So I made this system to where I have a watch list that I watch every day. I watch the same stocks every day. And whenever I see one of these stocks drop 20% in a day, or if I'm paying attention and I see that it's dropped 20, 30, 40% through a week or a month, that's whenever I jump in. So I use the same stock watch list to do my swing trading. And that is where I get in and out of stuff all the time. So you see these companies open up down 10, 15, 20%. Boom, I buy it. And by noon, 1 o'clock, I'm probably out of it. So I'll buy that company at 8:30, 8:45 a.m. And by noon, I had already made 10, 15, 20%, and I'm done with that company because it's not my long hold. This is what I have planned for Monday. I am planning on buying an option for SNDL. So we're going to go over here to options, and I am going to go for I think it was 290 days out. Yes. So I'm a firm believer in SNDL. I think that there is nothing but good news coming out for weed companies. SNDL has a huge following right now. Anybody that has been thinking about investing into weed stocks has heard of SNDL. And here currently, y'all will hear me refer to Brandon quite often throughout, anytime that you see me on stream, because he's one of my best friends, and we constantly talk about stock market. He gives me advice because he has been in the market a lot longer than I have been, and he understands the form of option trading a lot better than to my knowledge. Still, he's not where he needs to be as well. We are both still learning, and so, like I said, we're taking baby steps into the option game. But I think in the next 6 months to a year, SNDL will be above the $3 to $4 range. So we're going to take an option on SNDL. Hopefully, these numbers don't change too much. If they do, we hope they go down a little bit before market open. But I plan on doing this one right here, the 150 strike for 70 cents. So that's the reason, is because I think SNDL will be at $3 to $4 in the next 6 months. If that happens and we take this option, we're going to make significantly more amount of money than we would if we just bought the stock. Sure, we have the risk of losing our whole investment along the way, but like I said, we're not going to do too much uh, of a gamble on it.